What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I hope everything works. I don't fucking know. If it don't, hashtag fuck me, right? Story of my fucking life. Another week gone by. Another day gone by. The electronics in this house have taken a shit. Like, every computer in this house is running horribly. We've done everything we can. I followed all the instructions. Even on my work computer is crashing. So it is what it is. So I'm not. But moving on. We're here to talk football. Hopefully. Well, I'm hoping, but I'm not in high spirits for football. This past week has just been whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But. So Heather's happy. Heather's happy. So welcome as McLean says. Is that who that is?
Yes.
McLean says.
Yeah,
Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the show. We're gonna talk some football, and the first thing we're going to talk about.
You gotta be right on it when you... There you go.
We're going to talk about this particular play. Now, I've seen this called a lot.
This year's been called more than in years past.
I'm not against it.
No,
I'm not against it.
Either.
However, I have a child in the background
Wendy.
who does not realize that her dad is about to fucking lose his shit.
And break the door down.
Well, I'm not going to break the door down. Wendy, keep it down, please. Thank you. We're going to talk about this play. I don't know if everybody's seen this play, but this turned into a touchdown. This play, a great play design. Mm-hmm. The play itself was great. I'm like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't realize that he was offsides. Nobody did. Nobody paid attention to it except for the referees. Apparently, Kadarius Toney is offsides. Now, is he offsides? He's in the neutral zone. If you're the defense, you can't be in the neutral zone. I seen something like right before I was looking for this image, and they were saying Von Hiller was offsides.
Von Miller?
Von Hiller, who cares?
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Was he offsides? I'm going to go with no.
No, the one that they're talking about with Von Miller was actually the next play, the 4th and 15 that resulted.
Well, either way, you could say he was offsides because if you look at his helmet, is in line with his shoe.
Yes.
So I want to say this.
Yeah.
I want to say this real quick. The play would then be offsetting penalties, and they would still replay the down.
It
just wouldn't be a 4th and 15. It would be 4th and 10. But Kadarius Toney has been an issue for the Chiefs. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown last year in the Super Bowl, if I remember right. He was one of the players of the game for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I think he had a huge kickoff return or a kickoff return for a touchdown or whatever. And he was offsides. Now, was he offsides?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Oh, in this play, he's offsides.
Anybody that wants to argue that he wasn't is fooling themselves. And on the next play, even if Von Miller was offsides, it would only be 4th and 5. Or they would have taken the play. So I don't know what Chiefs fans are complaining about. I do know that Patrick Mahomes was he threw a fit on the sideline.
He threw a mental fit on the sideline.
Now, that being said, I do not blame him because he didn't see that he was offsides. He did come out later and did publicly apologize and said, I made a mistake. So he admits it.
Yeah.
He had no choice. It's on film.
It is, but he's not looking. You got to look at where Patrick Mahomes is compared to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney knows better. He's looking right at the ball. How can he? And his helmet is in line with the ball. How can you not see? And another thing he didn't do is he didn't check with the line judge.
And
now, stop. Before you say anything, I have never not seen a referee respond with "you're good" or "no."
Players are allowed to ask the referees.
Oh my God,
referees do not have to answer it.
I get that. I get that, but I have never not seen a referee not say anything.
What about your own teammate? There's a receiver right there. Why he didn't say
Again, Rayshawn, look at where he is compared to Kadarius Toney. He's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage. Travis Kelce is off, so he's not in line with the football, so he can't see. Do you see what I'm saying?
Kelce's back up line of scrimmage because he can't be on the line of scrimmage.
Now the center cannot move his head to look. He can, but he can't make sudden movements. And then he can't move. The only thing he can do is look at him and say, move back. But is the player going to hear him? I don't know.
Oh, in that situation, you wouldn't hear him.
So, I see what you're saying, Rayshawn, but that's on Kadarius Toney. He's got to check. If the referee doesn't respond, just move back a bit. Just to be on the safe side. You're not going to get a false start.
Exactly.
If you move back, you're not going to get called for a false start.
No.
Just when you move forward?
Huh? If he moves forward, he's fucked.
Yeah, you'll either get a false start or you'll get a
illegal shift.
Yeah, one or the other.
So Kadarius Toney is at fault here.
Yes,
nobody else. Patrick Mahomes, it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault. It's not the coach's fault. Although I would say, coach could say, dude, back the fuck up.
Yeah. So the Chiefs have had an ongoing issue. This goes back all the way. I put it in the chat. The 2018 playoffs against the Patriots when they lined up offsides in overtime, and there was a close offsides, and they're like, "What? The referee has to give us a warning. They always want a warning. You don't get a warning. You don't have to give a warning that you're offsides." And oh my God, I am trying not to go off on this tangent.
Well, there's no tangent to go off on.
No, it's a tangent I would go off on.
But why? Why go off on a tangent? The referee did nothing wrong here.
No, but Chief fans are like, the referees are against us. They have gotten so many borderline calls this year.
Okay, let's stop right there. This is every NFL team goes.
Every NFL team and their fans are like this. I understand that.
So I'm not even gonna go down that fucking rabbit hole.
Exactly. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
So let's just
come on out.
Let's avoid it.
There's no need to go on a tangent. There's no need for you to be upset because the referees did nothing wrong. This is on the player. This guy, I said it when they got this guy. There was a reason why the Giants got rid of this guy.
Yeah.
And he's showing it. The guy can't catch. He can't. He can't. He's offsides all the. He's offsides like 3 times. He's been offsides like 3 times this year. This is like the
Yep.
third time he's done it.
Mhm.
So I find that, you know, fans getting mad that fucking Chiefs. It's not nobody's fault. Anybody that's blaming the referees knows nothing about fucking football. This is on the fucking player.
Yeah, this is on the players. Or player. As you
I would say
not
player.
On the
I would say
this is
player.
not the referee who, and then they're getting up and they're getting pissed off because apparently in the Miami-Tennessee game,
We'll
one
get
of the
there.
Miami guys.
We'll get there. I did not watch that game. I was watching a Packer game. So
Oh, it related to this. That's why I was going to. But we can talk about it. When we
we'll
get there.
talk about it when we get there. It's not that
Yep,
far down the
that's
line.
fine.
Is there anything else anybody want to talk about this particular play or any questions that you have? I know you said Peyton Manning said that this should be a dead ball.
And what he wants is that if you have the offensive offsides, throw the flag and kill the play there.
Okay.
Do that with defensive offsides then too.
I have no problem with that. The only problem that I have is they need to do it for the defense as well.
Yeah, don't give the offense a free play if you don't give if you're not going to give the defense a free play in this situation.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
And I'm in agreement there.
Correct. So Peyton Manning is right. I don't mind it, just as long as you do the same thing for the defense. You can't just have one and not the other. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yep. Christ, the league barely lets you play defense as it is.
So let's talk about the referees again. They are no good. However, I didn't have any issues with anything.
They were pretty consistent this week, which is amazing.
Right. Now, keep in mind, on Sunday, I did not see this play. Or did I see? Yeah, I did see this play because I had stopped. I was on my way home. I had a 4-hour trip home. So I caught that particular play. I didn't see any issues with the referees. I'm sure there were some holding calls in some games that weren't holding. But that's just the way it is. I'm not going to complain about the holding. Packers deserve what they got. Anybody saying that the Packers, if there is any, they cost the Packers the game, can just shut the fuck up. The Packers cost the Packers the game. I didn't see any issues with the referees. Tennessee, you said there was an issue with the Tennessee-Miami game, or was it the Miami, or was it players? A player thing?
It was during the Tennessee-Miami game. One of the Miami players appeared to line up offsides on the offense, and the referees didn't call it. That's how it is in that game. As long as you're consistent game to game, I'm not going to have an issue with it. People want consistency from every referee crew across every game. You're never going to get that. As long as it's called the same way for the entire game of one game by the crew on the game, I have no problems with it. Shut the fuck up, people.
So I'm going to say this right now. I think the neutral zone should be removed. The neutral zone infraction should be removed. And here's why. It's a line of scrimmage. As long as you aren't touching another fucking player, I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, so keep the offsides. In other words, as long as you are
I don't mind the offsides.
Yeah. Okay.
The neutral zone infraction, because here's the problem with that. The center moves the ball.
Yeah.
When the center touches the ball, especially when they're in a shotgun, he moves it. So the actual neutral zone actually moves.
Yep.
In my eyes.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Either that or everybody's given a yard. There's a yard either side or down the middle. You cannot cross. If you cross that, if your foot is touching the center's helmet, you're offsides.
Yep.
That's what the issue was. Kadarius Toney was
3 feet ahead of that.
a foot ahead of that. Per the ball. He was ahead of the center's foot. So there's that. But enough about that. Any issues with any of the games with referees? This is your segment, Tim. I didn't see anything.
I didn't have any issues. As I said, I didn't have that. I brought up the Miami Tennessee thing because I saw people getting bent out of shape with why it wasn't called during that game, but it was called during the Kansas City Buffalo game.
I didn't see anything.
Because they kept it consistent for the game that was being played.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to have true consistency. That's why I can't stand when I have coaches say, well, it was told like this in this game. Well, that isn't this game, it's this game. Each game is its own entity.
I will say this. This is the problem I have with referees. If you get the same referee, the referee that ref the Packer game is the referee that did this game. I fucking wanted to punch this motherfucker in the face a couple of times. He just, I don't know. And either way, I didn't have an issue with it. I will say this: the referees should be consistent. If they don't call it, they should never call it. If they don't call it in one game, they should never call it in any other game. They can't, and this gives referees way too much leeway when it comes to those things. Because now they're like, well, like you just said, that was that game. This is this game. I changed my mind. You suck as a referee, in my opinion, if you keep changing the way. Because then you have the issue of, hold on, you have the issue of people then saying, you're an inconsistent referee. Do you really? That's where I have an issue. If a referee calls something one week and then doesn't call it the next, that's getting to the point where people. That's why people are saying. Some people say they are just against the team that they're reffing against.
Yeah,
and there's some a plausibility to that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a different aspect that you're going towards. That's a one specific referee's consistency from week to week.
Right.
If I've been calling something one way at the start of the season, I'm gonna keep calling it all that season.
Right. Well, you call it all the time, no matter what.
You know what I mean.
Unless the rule changes. Unless the rule changes.
Welcome to the world of officiating. Half time they change the rules in the middle of the season on me.
But they can't do that. They shouldn't do that. Anyway.
They shouldn't.
But they do. Rayshawn, anything?
I haven't really paid attention to anything. Honestly, the way that game was going, I kind of stopped watching. I went on my computer and I was just looking here and there, so I couldn't really detect any officiating.
Okay.
Bad calls, I should say.
So, the Kansas City Chiefs, are they in trouble? Or are they not in trouble?
I don't think
they've been in trouble all year.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, well, they've been in trouble ever since Taylor Swift got on the scene. I would say that, but I don't think they.
You realize that this is 2 games in a row that Taylor Swift has been at that the Kansas City Chiefs have lost.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It is now.
It's a distraction.
They're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that you will always get whoever you're playing their best effort that night is the prevailing theory.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't care less about Taylor Swift. There is a rumor going around, I cannot substantiate this, that they bumped the Patriots and Chiefs game from Monday night to Sunday afternoon at 1 because Taylor Swift couldn't make the game.
That's not true.
I don't think it's true.
The NFL is not going to do that. If they're going to, I would bump the night game and put a better game on.
I was about to say, I don't think that's true.
It's not true.
But if it is, why is the NFL?
Well, it depends on who the Chiefs are playing. You got to remember,
they're playing the Patriots. Or they are playing the Patriots.
Okay.
And the rumor was that she could only make a 1 o'clock in the afternoon game in New England and couldn't make a Monday night game. If we are changing the schedule to suit the needs of Taylor Swift, the NFL has lost its way.
But no. The NFL isn't dumb enough to do that.
It's the NFL.
The NFL isn't dumb enough to do that.
But to answer your question, JP, besides this whole Taylor Swift thing, and besides that offside,
Taylor Swift wasn't even a factor in it. They showed her once. Right. They showed her once, I think. That was it.
I hate KC, but I don't think they are in trouble. I think
you don't think they're in trouble? They lost to the Packers. The Bills are struggling this year, but we'll see. We'll see.
I still don't think they're in trouble. They just not focused the last 2 games. That's it.
Another team, are they in trouble? Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
They were ahead 27-13 with like 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Inside of 5 minutes.
And ended up losing 28-27.
But that's complacent.
No, that's just really bad fucking football. Complacency has nothing to do with it.
Just to jump back to the Chiefs.
So what happened? So explain, because I did not watch this. Explain to me how they scored 14 points. What happened?
I don't know. Derrick Henry?
No, they got one with Hopkins. I'm out. They got one with Hopkins, and then
the doggy that they
had a 3-and-out. They started playing pretty good defense.
So let's talk about this. So on the 3-and-out, did they try and throw the ball at all?
Yes.
I wasn't watching that.
Did they throw the ball 3 times in a row?
Pretty quickly.
So if they threw the ball 3 times in a row, then you know the fucking problem. This shitty play fucking calling. That's what it is. What the fuck? You're ahead 27-13, right? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking throwing the ball. Run the fucking thing. Clock is your
bitch.
Read my fucking lips. Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel. I mean, you're apparently this fucking genius fucking head coach. Zach Taylor, I fucking bitched about this last year. The clock is your friend when you are ahead. There's nothing wrong with running the ball. I get being aggressive, but you can be aggressive with the play calling running the ball.
Mm-hmm. Eat up as much of that clock as you can. It's been
you can do jet sweeps. You can do run what the fucking Packers did 9 times in a row, which is why they lost to the fucking Giants. They kept running a fucking goddamn fucking end around, which made no fucking sense. There's nothing wrong with running the ball and running the clock. What are you trying to do? Get 500 yards of total fucking offense passing? There's no need for it. There's no need for it. You're trying to make it to the Super Bowl. You're not padding stats. If that's what they're doing, shame on them. They deserve to fucking lose. I don't want to hear fucking people crying, oh, the referees. The referees didn't do shit.
No.
Dolphins did it all them fucking selves. Wham fucking whack. Cry me a fucking river. Not my chair, not my problem. That's all I got to say about that.
That is on them.
It is. I am so sorry, Rayshon, but we have to talk about the Eagles and the Cowboys.
I mean, we really don't have to.
No, we have to. It was game of the week.
I mean,
Yep.
It was game of the week.
Can you remove that
Nope.
image, please?
No. It's the only one I could find. Look, man. I don't know. I'm going to say it now. I don't think the Eagles are that good. They had that one good year. Everybody's figured out what they're doing. They can't even run the ball. That's a problem. You can't expect Jalen Hurts to do it all. He isn't that good yet.
No. And I still think he's injured.
Look at all of the fucking weapons he has. How can you not? They have as many weapons on that offense as the San Francisco 49ers do. How can you play 2 games where you only score 13 fucking points? That's an issue. They need to fix it, or right now, they're the 5 seed.
Yes, they are.
They have to win out or hope Dallas loses. And they have more. If both Dallas, the only way, if Dallas wins out and Philadelphia wins out, Philadelphia wins. Don't think they have to win out. They just have to have as many wins as Dallas does, as long as they have the NFC East in hand. I think that's how it works. I don't know the tiebreakers or whatever. I just know.
San Fran to drop a game.
I'm not going to go into the tiebreakers. We'll get to that when it gets closer to playoff time. I just know that if the Eagles win out and the Cowboys win out, the Eagles win the NFC East. That's all I can say. But you're only scoring 13 points a game against 2 of the best offenses, 2 of the best. The Eagles, the Cowboys, and the 49ers are the 3 best teams in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the Eagles are probably the 3rd best team in the NFC. I'm not even counting Tampa Bay because they play in a weak-ass fucking division.
And
They play in the NFC.
It's not that they had scored only 13. They only made 1 touchdown, and that was from Fletcher Cox, stripped sack and Dax.
What does that tell you? It's an issue with the offense. It's an issue with the offense. The defense can't be on the fucking field all the fucking time. And I don't know. I don't know what the time of possession was. I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm telling you, this is not a good thing if you're an Eagles fan.
I mean, something was going down with the offense. I mean, A.J. Brown missed 2 of his catches. One of them could have been potentially
Now, were they overthrows? Were they tough catches?
No. They show catches the ball went through his hands.
I mean, that happens to all. That happens to everybody.
Yeah, I know, but that was on him. Devontae Smith, again, another one. When he was not in coverage and he had nobody covering him, he missed some catches.
Well, I'd have to see the plays. I didn't see it. Again, I was driving, I think. Or no, I was home. I just didn't care. I had been on the road for 4 freaking hours, and I just wanted to get shit-faced, and I did.
Now they have to go to Seattle and play them.
We'll see. Seattle is, they're, yeah, we'll see. The Eagles are better. The Eagles are the better team. They just got to start playing like it.
The Eagles haven't defeated Seattle since 2008 or 9, so we don't know. The way they've been playing,
we'll see.
Pack their bags
They're in the playoffs. They're gonna make playoffs. In fact, I think they clinched the playoff spot already.
Probably.
Yeah, they have, because
they number 5. Yeah.
They've clinched the playoff spot, and the only way that they don't make the playoffs if they lose and Green Bay wins out, or every other 6 and 7 team wins out.
Oh yeah.
So all Philadelphia has to do is win next week. They have to win or hope that everybody that's 6 and 7 loses. And then they make the playoffs.
Which is half the fucking league.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at some scores. We kind of talked about a few of them, but we'll just run down them real quick. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I've had it with fucking shit today. Dealing with computer issues all day. And then I have to deal with a computer issue here. There we go. The Patriots beat the Steelers 21-18.
There's a chicken run too?
Tim?
Sorry.
You want to talk about that?
Again, these people saying Bailey Zappi is the answer. He's not going to be the answer. He had a good first half, and then they just hung on in the second half.
I think Pittsburgh just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh ran out of time. That's the only reason why the Patriots won. They're not a very good team this year.
The Jets beat the Texans. I know that C.J. Stroud got hurt in that game and he didn't finish. Didn't he not finish the game?
Yeah, because he was under concussion.
Yeah.
So that I'm gonna apply that to why the Jets won.
No, Stroud was having a tough day too. I
Well,
watched some of that game. He
the-
wasn't the C.J. Stroud of the.
The Jets have a really good defense, but they rely too much on their defense. Probably, and I was getting ready to leave where I was when this happened. So I had stopped to get gas, and I had called you, and I was listening to Red Zone as I was driving home.
Mm-hmm.
And I look, and I'm like, oh shit, Baltimore just won the game on a punt return for a touchdown. I thought it was an interception, but it was a punt.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ravens are now the number 1 seed in the AFC because the Dolphins shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Rams 37-31.
We got to put 2 of them on.
The Saints beat the Panthers 28-6. Is there anything you didn't watch the game? Is there anything?
With the Ravens, I was only able to watch what was on Red Zone.
It seems like their offense was pretty good. Their defense probably had some.
There were a lot of
The
issues.
defense was very in survival mode.
Yep. The Saints beat the Panthers 28-6. The Bengals beat the Colts 34-14. The Buccaneers are now in first place in the NFC South by beating the Falcons 29-25. The Browns beat the Jaguars 31-27. This is the byproduct of Trevor Lawrence being out, I think.
He wasn't out, he played.
Oh, he did play?
Yeah.
He's still fighting that injury. The Bears beat the Lions 28-13. The Lions have fallen on some hard times here.
They've fallen off a bit too, yes.
The 49ers beat the Seahawks 28-16. I think the NFC West is the worst division. I mean, come on. The team that's in second place is under 500.
Yes,
Yes,
I was going to say the NFC South, but that's splitting hairs.
Yes, didn't the Cowboys beat the 49ers at home, right? Or the 49ers beat the Cowboys at home, and yes, the Eagles went on the road, or they went on the road and beat the Eagles, but the Eagles, I don't know, man. I think they've been figured out. The lowest scoring game of the year and the lowest scoring game, I think, for the longest of time. In fact, this game was prominent. Nobody scored until midway through the fourth quarter in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3. The final was 3-0. The Vikings beat the Raiders.
Yeah. Shit was trash.
The Broncos beat the Chargers 24-7. We talked about the Bills and the Chiefs. I had a return for a trick play, a hook and lateral, or whatever you want to call it, for a touchdown. But the guy that scored the touchdown was offsides. They ended up going back, and it ended up being 4th down, and they didn't. The Giants beat the Packers 24-22 on the last-second field goal. Again, I'm going to say this right now. Packers fans, shut the fuck up. It is not Joe Barry's fault. That was on the defensive back, biting on absolutely fucking nothing. He got beat. He stepped up instead of just dropping back and following. There was no need for him to fucking even come forward. He should have just dropped back into coverage and just trailed him the whole fucking way. That play would have not happened. They had the right defense. They had the right defense called. Because nobody else was open but that one fucking guy, but that one defensive back said, I'm going to bite on this because they might run it, and we're going to fucking run the ball. And then the Titans beat the Dolphins 28-27. It is what it is. So there's that. Do we have anything else? Oh, you got to do the picks. Fuck me. I'm not going to do the wheel this week. I'm done fucking with this shit. But here are the picks. Who won this week? And I'll have more next week. Who won this week? Rayshawn and I went 1-3. Heather went 2-2. And this week's winner is Tim.
Winner.
He went 3-1. He went 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
3-1.
Yep.
Congrats.
Mm.
So with that said, I don't... Tim, do you want to pull up the underdog? Use DraftKings. That's what I use.
DraftKings.com.
I'm going from.
And we'll do 2 randoms this week. I'm not. What's game of the week?
The game of the week.
Let's see. Let's all decide on a game of the week, and that's the game we'll pick.
All these games look shitty.
Good.
Honestly, Ravens and Jaguars are like a decent game. Jaguars have to.
That'll be the game. That'll be the game.
I was
It'll either be that or it'll be Dallas and Buffalo.
No, I'll go with the Ravens and Jaguars.
Ravens
That's
Jaguars
fine.
is a better game.
That's the Sunday night game.
Thank you, Tim. I can see that.
Yay!
All right. Let me see. Game of the week. Who do you got? Heather?
Ravens, of course.
Ravens. Tim?
I'm going Ravens.
Rayshawn?
I got Jags. Losing to Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. Your lock for the week. It can be you can be an underdog, or it can be whatever game. You just pick the game. Just nobody else can pick that game unless it's the other team.
Okay. I got Niners going over Cardinals.
I got the Cowboys. No. I got the Eagles going over the Seahawks.
Good luck.
Heather? You don't have to worry about...
Heather, you should pick the Falcons.
Well, who do they play?
The Panthers.
Yeah, this.
You know what? That's the only one that's...
That's who you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Falcons, yeah.
Tim?
I am going to go with Saints over the Giants.
All right. You got the spreads up?
Yeah, I do. I got them.
All right. Give me... Let me see. This might be a little bit of a tedious thing, but give me the spread on the Dolphins at the Jets at the Dolphins.
Dolphins favored by 8.5.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Rayshawn?
We are picking a lock again? Or?
Nope, this is an upset. So ask
Then you'd be taking the Jets.
ask who the favorite is on a game that you think...
The Jets are underdogs.
Wait. I can't do that. The Jets
can't.
are the underdogs. The fuck is wrong
Yeah.
with me? Give me actually the Cowboys at the Bills.
Bills favored by 2. So Cowboys are underdogs.
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Alrighty. I'm pretty sure the Browns are favorite in this game, so I'm gonna go with the Bears. That's my underdog.
Oof.
Yep, that's viable. Browns are favored by 3.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
Heather? Pick. I'm pretty sure the Buccaneers at the Packers is a pick 'em. I'm sure it's like 1 point, I'm sure.
No. Packers are favored by 3.5.
Oh, okay.
They're favored. Wow.
I can see it. They're at home.
Yeah. And a warm weather team.
What are the Commanders Rams game?
Rams favored by 6.5.
I go Commanders.
Heather's going to go with the Commanders.
Commander.
Tim?
I am gonna go with. Not doing that. No one's taking Denver yet, right?
No.
No.
I'm gonna take Broncos there over the Lions.
Okay. I'm going to take, for my random, I'm going to take the Texans over the Titans. Ray?
Okay. For my random, I will be taking Chargers over the Raiders.
Okay. It's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tim?
I am gonna go Bengals over the Vikings.
We are going to get out of here. I want to say goodbye. Thanks for being here. Everybody stay safe. Be well. Is there anything you guys want to add?
No, the one thing I also mentioned of the Florida Attorney General's suing college football and whatnot.
I would.
I
I
just wanted to go through for the discovery.
Huh?
For the discovery of how they came up with their choice of putting Bama in over.
I told you how. I explained it.
Yeah, but I want to see the actual proof. That's all.
What proof is there? The proof is there as to why they did it. But why they did it makes no fucking sense. So, again, I say this. If this is the problem with the committee, because the quarterback got hurt means shit all to me. That is why the committee did what they did. This is why the Attorney General is suing. That is all I'm going to say. I get why they're doing it. The proof is there as to why they do it. The proof of why the committee did it, they said it. They said it on the fucking show. The only reason that we didn't put Florida State in there is because their quarterback got hurt. Well, if that's the case, what if the Alabama quarterback got hurt? Are you going to keep him out? Are you going to keep Alabama out? If they were in the same position?
No, because it's Alabama.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, I get it. I just want to be put under a microscope.
And, well, I do want to say one thing. Let's talk about the Heisman Trophy.
Huh.
Look at who won that one. Y'all know who won the Heisman Trophy?
I did not see who won it.
Devontae Smith.
Jaden Daniels from LSU.
Is that a bad
He's a quarterback.
thing?
He's a quarterback from LSU. He's pretty good. Is he the best quarterback in college football?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think the Heisman Trophy is a...
It's a popularity contest anyway.
Yeah, it's almost a guarantee that it's going to be a quarterback winning it every year now.
Right. All right, so with that
It's
said...
like the MVP in the NFL. It's the quarterback is always going to win it nowadays, basically.
Yep. All right, with that said, anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, so I want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks for being here. Everybody stay safe, be well, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll be back next week for more Kicking It Onside. Everybody have a good night.
Night.
Night.